when you visit the place, you get a very different feeling out of it. It's not very, it's very soothing, it's very calming.
You will find temples here, you will find a craft village here, you will find artists here, you will find Odissi dance and music if you want to attend and or share and or meet and interact with dancers and artists. That can be arranged.
How did you come up with this experiential, learning?
I have only seen it on World Tourism Day in Odisha, in Bhubaneswar. And in Bhubaneswar, there'll be a walk from point A to point B. They will call all the stakeholders, artists, but it's gone.
One of my priority is to visit their museums, because that way I know that, this is why it is, this is what the relevance of this place is.
We do have a little museum in Koraput. So you see, these sort of loopholes and things needs to be closed.
How has the concept of money, like how do they know that, this person is now going to monetize this and I also need my share?
Yes. Whereas someone, if there's a photographer going there, he might be minting money through stock photos, or he could have made a tourism video, or he could have just posted it online. He's getting many views and being paid for it.
What are the few things that a person should know or a person should keep in mind before they are selecting a place or before they are going to a place?
Tourism is something which appeals to everybody. The cameraman sitting behind you, me, we all will travel, definitely.
नमस्कार मु आरजे शुभश्री आपण माने सुनुछंती 90.4 सोवा रेडियो। आज होची सेप्टेम्बर 27 तारिख जहाकू आमे माने आसुछु विश्व पर्यटन दिवस। सेही दिवस अवसर रे आपण समस्तंकु अनेक अनेक शुभेच्छा एवं शुभकामना। ओडिसार ऐतिह्य कला संस्कृति परंपरा एसबु आज विश्व दरबार रे परिचित। कुहाजे प्रत्येकटी स्थानर किछि ना किछि स्वतंत्रता अछि आ से स्वतंत्रता ही तार परिचय। आज आमे कथा हवा विश्व पर्यटन दिवस उपलक्षे एवं एही जो आमर स्वतंत्र उपस्थापना अछि एही विषय रे अधिक आलोचना करबा लागि आज आम सहित अतिथि भाव रे जोड़ी हेछंती सोफिया साइमन, को फाउंडर ऑफ डिटूर ओडिशा एवं उपस्थापिका भाबरे मध्य आम गहन रे अछंती रिया रेशमबारी। चलंतु तांको आजर कार्यक्रम को स्वागत करिबा।
Thank you Subhashri for the wonderful introduction. Namaskar, my name is Riya Reshambari and today on World Tourism Day we have Sophia Simon with us, who's also the co-founder of Detour Odisha. Welcome Sophia to our show today.
Hi Riya, thank you so much SOA for inviting me over to interact with you and the audience listening all across.
Yeah, I'm sure that today people will learn more about tourism and the sensitivity of how they should be as tourists when they travel. So every year we have a theme for Tourism Day. Let's explore and would you like to tell us more about what the theme is this year and
sure. So
its relevance
just
also.
Like any other emotion or anything that we celebrate, like today for example we also have Alzheimer's Day, we have World Wildlife Day. So even tourism has been given its space, and the month is September. On 27th of September every year we are celebrating World Tourism Day. These days are all about just commemorating the subject of tourism, because not everybody talks about tourism throughout the year. So this one day we request everybody to think about this subject and give it its due respect and regard in the community and in society in general. And there are themes assigned every year so that we are able to navigate our purpose on how travelers and tourism can grow. And this year the theme is tourism and peace, which is very relevant because of the conflicts that we have seen across continents, across countries, and the underlying message that all these leaders and influencers and travelers would like to share is that tourism can be a great platform and it can be the best ambassador for peace.
What are the few things that a person should know or a person should keep in mind before they are selecting a place or before they are going to a place?
Yeah. So as a traveler, because every person on earth is a traveler, this
Yeah.
is an industry where everyone is welcome. It's not like a school.
We need a certain criteria.
Yeah,
to-
or a place where certain people are allowed. Tourism is something which appeals to everybody. The cameraman sitting behind you, me, we all will travel, definitely. So when we travel, what I would like to share is that as travelers, we should be more empathetic to the place that we are traveling to, the people that we are meeting, and also the way we travel. So that is the main reason why people travel. They just need a break.
Yeah.
And they choose destinations usually based on seasons and also based on festivals around that area, or something which appeals to them as per their passion. Like if someone is a model like you or an actor, you might want to go to a place which is about textiles or about jewelry or
Yeah.
about crafts. Or for example, the actor in you would want to see a beautiful location where you could shoot a documentary or you could act
Yes,
in a
yes,
music
yes.
video or something like that. So we curate our destinations as per our needs also. So in that time frame, it's not possible to cover everything. Just like you can't read a book in a day, you cannot travel to a place just once and know everything about it. You have to leave a smile behind to beckon you, and welcome you back again. So that is how I would say a traveler should experience a destination or a place.
People would just go book a hotel, and then it gets very monotonous for them.
Yeah.
They don't really experience the kind of the local food or
True.
like because
You might know like where the dahi bara, like Cuttack is famous for dahi bara, but a random person from Gujarat or Kerala would not remember, okay, Raghu dahi bara.
yes.
They'll Google, okay, I need to eat dahi bara. And they might just bump into a dahi bara guy outside the airport. So just reiterating the fact that, hey, hold on, let's have the dahi bara 10 miles away.
Yeah.
That hand holding happens only with a real person when you meet the moment you land. And that is very important.
How has the concept of money, like how do they
Yeah.
know that
Yeah,
this
yeah,
person is now going to monetize this and I also need my share?
Yes. But still, that half-baked knowledge has creeped in, and we have these weekly markets in Odisha in the tribal areas where these communities gather on certain days for
Yeah,
their
hatta.
hutters, the
Yes.
weekly hutters. So sadly, they are still in that world of, oh, give me a 10 rupees and take my picture. Maximum they would ask you is 100. Whereas someone, if there's a photographer going there, he might be minting money through stock photos, or he could have made a tourism video, or he could have just posted it online. He's getting many views and being paid for it. So even the person on the other side of the camera does not know how much to actually credit himself or charge.
Correct.
I feel personally it's not wrong that they're asking money for it. It's just that they need to know how, in a different format, they can actually rightfully ask for that credit
Yeah.
or that monetizing it.
Correct.
So there are different solutions that can be explored to actually break this pattern as well. It is not a Odisha problem. It is actually everywhere in the world.
Yes. As much as we are fascinated by looking at them, they're also fascinated by looking at
by
us.
Yeah.
That okay, there's somebody who's come here, but why
Yeah,
are
yeah.
they,
Yeah.
doing this?
End of the day, we are all one people, and when it comes to traveling and when it comes to tourism, we have to know we have to explore new ways of traveling. We have to get rid of the shell of okay, let's just hop into a car, go there, pay something and be grumpy and just click pictures and post something fake. We have to stop traveling fake. Like there's fake news, there's fake travel also.
True.
And I can guarantee to anybody in the world, if you meet someone somewhere in any place, if you just be pleasant, smile, wish them, sit with them over a cup of tea or their local drink or whatever, that conversation will lead you into their space automatically, or into their community. You need not do anything else. Even if I just go out of this neighborhood and talk to someone in Khandagiri area, you know, I will end up going somewhere special where it will be a little
different from your usual.
Yeah. So it's all about respecting boundaries and immersing yourself, understanding that place and that person that you're interacting with. That sort of traveling is precious.
One of my priority is to visit their museums, because that way I know that, oh, this is why it is, you know, this is what the relevance of this place is. And then after that, when I go meet people, and then when they tell me about, oh, do you know about this place, you know about this,
You have a little bit of
like my
you're not like walking in ki, okay, what is ringa, the thing
Exactly.
okay, what is this word, you know, okay, they have special.
Yes. So if they tell me ki, you know, we have different ornaments, and I can relate that, oh yes, I did see that in one of the museums. So again,
that is a great approach as well. When sadly, like if you ask me, in Odisha, once we go down south towards, you know, the tribal areas which are more dominated towards the south, even we have on the other side, but imagine going towards Raigada, Koraput and all.
Malkangiri and all.
So Raigada is the first gateway into that region, and there is no museum over there. We do have a little museum in Koraput. So you see, these sort of loopholes and things needs to be closed. So as you said, if you go to US, if you go to a more developed country, you will, as you said, because you've traveled as well, you prefer first going to a museum, because anywhere abroad when you travel, the first thing that they encourage is to go to a museum.
The tourism and the departments in Odisha as well. We've seen the change in Old Town and, like you said, in Puri.
Yes.
So how did you come up with this experiential, learning?
Yes, so I have personally been in the domain of travel and tourism since my college days, because my dad kind of ruled the scene, if I may say so, because he's been a great ambassador for Odisha tourism. His name is Mr. Benjamin Simon, and he's from Kerala, but he came here in an era where people used to fly off to Dubai from Kerala. Gulf, we used to say.
Yeah.
He somehow made the journey here, and only based on his English knowledge, the way he spoke, he was able to craft a business, and he has sustained it for the past 40 years. Because he used to just hang out and visit these spaces, and there were people, foreigners, tourists asking him in English. And he just started talking, and he realized there is such a gap in this sector. Those days, we are talking about the 70s and 80s. Like the concept is there in the industry. It's not that I have created it.
Yeah.
It's a concept. But I have only seen it on World Tourism Day in Odisha, in Bhubaneswar. And in Bhubaneswar, there'll be a walk from point A to point B. They will call all the stakeholders, artists, but it's gone.
I think even like for locals, like for us also, like our generation, we really loved the concept, because again we had somebody to tell us about,
Yes.
Why is Old Town
Yes.
called Old Town?
Yeah, exactly. What makes it different from
Yeah.
Pattaya? What makes it different from Bombay?
And it is almost like a, when you visit the place, you get a very different feeling out of
Yes,
it. It's
yes.
not very, it's very soothing, it's very calming.
Yes, so the space, like when we had visitors, I used to tell them of this concept that if you're from Bangalore, Bombay, Delhi, or any other capital city, we really feel proud that Bhubaneswar is a capital city, and it is also having the heritage imbibed in it in a huge manner, because not all capital cities have this heritage concept in their identity. They are all very urban spaces. Capital cities are usually like the urban thing. So what makes us special is we still have a heritage neighborhood. You will find temples here, you will find a craft village here, you will find artists here, you will find Odissi dance and music if you want to attend and or share or meet and interact with dancers and artists. That can be arranged. all these elements are right in the capital city, for anybody to experience.
That's true. Also, you did a leadership program.
Yes.
So, I would like to know your experience about the International Visitor Leadership Program.
Yes, so recently, this was last year, where the US Department of State, they have a special exchange program for entrepreneurs and people from other backgrounds as well. There is this format where they kind of handpick, entrepreneurs or artists or folks from different communities to kind of represent their story in the US and also share how it has contributed to economic growth and prosperity in their own state. And along with that, also see the business models out there in US. So it's like an exchange program. And that was a very prestigious thing for me to be invited to as a guest of the US Department of State. It's a great honor. Like, I've never traveled to the US.
What are the strategies that could attract the local people and the international tourists to Odisha? Because Odisha again has a vast scope for tourists.
Yes.
So how can we bring in more people here?
Yeah. So before we bring in people, we actually need to create more entrepreneurs. Because we are blessed that we already have the indigenous communities. They are thriving here. They have not vanished. They are still there. Their crafts are there. The temples are there. The product is already there. The waterfalls are there. The mountains are right there. Everything is there. People just need to reach it they need to navigate their way around it. So entrepreneurs need to be inspired to invest in this industry. They need to create, for example, as you were mentioning, someone needs to make a museum. Not every government can't do everything.
I hope that we come up with more business models and more, we can help Odisha preserve what it already has. And we can start by promoting it.
The tourism, the product, everything is out there. It is still there. The legacy is there. The heritage is there.
We don't have to build anything. That's the beauty of it.
That's the thing. So everything is there. You still have this Dokra bracelet being made. We just need entrepreneurs and interventions by the government in a regular manner, in a recurring manner, and other stakeholders.
Right.
That is how the country grows. And this concept applies not just to Odisha. It applies to every region in the world.
Yes, and you're doing great and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
थैंक यू सो मच मैम आमर ये विशेष कार्यक्रम रे जोड़ी हेतिबारु एवं ता सहित बहुत धन्यवाद देबाकू चाहिबी जी आमर एही कार्यक्रम रे उपस्थापिका हबरे आलोचना करूथिले रिया मैम आपनको मध्य बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आशा करछि आपण समस्त को आज रही स्वतंत्र अध्यायटी बहुत भल लागिथिबो जहा थिला आमर विश्व पर्यटन दिवस। आमे सब बेले चेष्टा करिबा सहरांचल हेउ बा ग्रामीण ए सब क्षेत्र रे आमे अधिक किपरि उन्नति हेइ परिबो से सब दिग प्रति आमे सचेतन रहिबा से सचेतनतार वार्ता अन्य मानक निकट रे पहुंचाई परिबा। ओडिसा रे बहुत किछि जिंस अछि ता विषय जानिबा किछि स्टडीज करिबा लोक कला हेउ लोक संस्कृति हेउ ता सहित ओडिसार भास्कर्य मध्य। ओडिसा को जो पर्यटक माने आसुछंती जेमिते से माने कहूथिबे सुंदर तृप्तिर अवसाद नाही जेते देखुथिले नुआ दिसुथाय। आशा करूछि आपण माने समस्ते एही कथाटी को बुझिबे एवं कार्यटे लगेबे। वर्तमान तो समय हेलानी आज अतिथि को विदाय दबा ता सहित एही स्वतंत्र कार्यक्रम को एठी समाप्ति करबा। मु पुणी थरे आपण मानक पाखकु नै आसीबी आउ गोटे नुआ अध्याय। सेथि पर्यंत सुनुथांतु 90.4 सोवा रेडियो।